folks. This is Jared Francis. Welcome to another episode of the Irritation channel, the channel where I sit on Saturdays and I say to myself, what went wrong? Where did my fun go? Who possibly could have taken my fun away? And but how long have you been back there? Okay, that's creepy. This is I really had no idea he was back there. When he's a teenager now, when he starts dating, he can be really good about getting out of the house. I gotta get those sensors, like in Mission Impossible, where they cuts off your feet when you try to get out or something. Anyway, let's get on with the program, shall we? A couple of things that's irritating me in this particular juncture. What we decide is important and what's not important, especially when it comes to media coverage. Recently, a certain major pop star, which might not be major anymore, decided to go to a donut shop, and just because she figured she could, she licked the donut. Now, we'll take out the fact that that's just flat out nasty, and that's some nasty shit, right? That's you don't go into places where people would actually buy food for themselves and go, is that sugar? Is that cinnamon? No, you don't do that. That's beyond disgusting. We'll forget the fact about the arrogance and the audacity of what she did. And never mind the whole major patriotic blog about saying, I hate America and I hate Americans, even though she is American. At least I think so. I think she's Italian-American. I'm not entirely sure. That's not the point of this episode. The fact is that this became a story. I guess what my problem is, sorry I'm turning around my son, you never know what he gets into, is what we decide is important and what isn't important. What matters here in America. And this is why a lot of places hate us, but they also laugh at us. Because for all of our arrogance, let's call it what it is, America is a very arrogant country. I love America. I'm sitting here recording on a piece of equipment because of the privileges of being an American citizen, but we are arrogant. And we praise all our great things about being America, but yet we keep tripping over our own feet. How do we deal with the race issue? Our incompetent government, and how the fact that nothing ever gets done just because we gotta see who has the bigger penis. Just the things we do, the poking your nose in other people's business. Look, if a bunch of people want to kill each other because of religious purposes, let them kill each other. I'm sorry, that's between them and whatever God they choose to go with. But we poke our nose at it because it's about money or oil or power or prestige or, once again, checking who has the biggest dick. It's kind of what we've been doing since we should have, okay? But we're getting off the subject here. What we decide is important. A lot of our opinions are shaped in what is in the media, especially as we're adults. I mean, obviously, our parents and how they think, whether or not they think people are all equal or black people are all thugs or whatever you get taught and it's drilled in your brain and you become an adult. The media just keeps feeding that beast that gets built into you, right? And it is just, it amazes me how blind each one of us, myself included, are. Instead of sitting down and actually saying, hey, maybe this is not always right all the time. Let's have a conversation. The art of conversation is dead. No one knows how to talk to each other. People know how to do this. Oh my God, Barb, did you see her boobies? Oh my God, they're like huge. They're totally huge. They block the sun. LOL. We know how to talk that way. But we don't know how to sit down and say, hey, Jack, I read about that story about the kid who got shot. What do you think? And, try to form my own opinion. But once again, everything's shaped by the media. And here's the comical part. Even when they try to cover things that might be important, it goes but for so long before, oops, well, let's move on. This has got boring. Let's move on. Let's forget about the families that may be affected by certain issues, whether it be poverty or racism or police brutality or government incompetence or whatever. Things that affects us all. Because we're programmed saying, okay, it's no longer important. Let's forget about it. So that irritates the crap out of me because no one bothers to actually think for themselves. And if you do choose to think for yourself and you don't fit into the majority, there you go. There's a big old hakaluki, that's you, and you're gone. Trust me, I know this from experience. Another thing, which is also based on that programming, is go on a friend's social media website when it comes to things like politics, what's going on in the world, things like that. There are three groups of people that drive me nuts. The apathetic people will say, there's nothing wrong. Everything's beautiful and golden and sunshine. I can have a wonderful Starbucks. I love them because they're chewy. They're the people who are so blind to their beliefs they can't even possibly consider that maybe, just maybe, there might be another train of thought. Republicans and Democrats would qualify, for example. This is why we can't get anything done. And then there's that third person who ultimately it's not even quite apathetic. It's not even a political party thing. It's just some blind belief that it's this fault or that fault instead of saying where does the fault lie. Because one thing I've noticed when it comes to divorce, not that I'm divorced, thank God. You see the ring, in case all you women want to get busy, and I can't do that because I got my own sexy. But anyway, one thing I've noticed is no one bothers to go check out the other side of a story. And with divorce, there's always fault on two sides. Barb is not giving her man fellatio, and then Jack, since Barb's not giving fellatio, is going to get it from someone else. Not excusing Jack, but Barb, hey, the same. Yeah. Put it this way, Barb, wouldn't be your fault if you gave Jack fellatio and then Jack went to get fellatio someplace else, then Jack's just an ass, and then you're going to clear. But there's usually two sides to every story. You should have known, like in this case, Jack was a freaky dick who needed to get fellatio, and, anyway, that's not here. That point is there's usually two faults to every argument. And no one bothers to try to sit and figure things out. So those are the three groups people you fit in. Nobody actually has thought or put things together and say, hey, let's try to fix things. And once again, it goes back to what you read and what you hear and what you've been taught instead of thinking freely. And the media is a big culprit about that. I mean, seriously, why is it important that a 20-year-old pop star, strange noises, anyway, a 21 or 22-year-old pop star decides to lick a donut? Why is this a news story? It's nasty. It's very nasty. It's delicious. But this is not news. People dying every day in the Middle East is news. People dying in America is news. The fact that wasps refuse to accept that everybody should have an equal chance to become wasp or bosp or flosp or trosps or whatever you might want to call them, depending on what your culture is, don't give them a chance at that American dream. This is news. This is important. The fact that we have all this money, but there's people still on the street begging for food. These are news stories. A pop star with a beautiful voice. By the way, look, baby, nothing personal. I like you as a singer, but what you did, that's just wrong. That's beyond arrogance. And then this, as hardcore as Americans about their patriotism, and they're like, I hate America, that just makes you a dumbass. Okay. Hi, Korea. Thanks for playing. Your records are just gone, and you and the other kid from Canada will be sitting wondering where they are now on VH1. But anyway, the point is, it's not news. It's not that bloody important. And that's the sad part. We have no idea. Still trying to take care of each other. We got to figure what the next scandal is just to make ourselves feel better about our little sad, shitty existence. Anyway, I'm done bitching for the day. I got to go. Gotta cook food for the young ones. I'm not cooking tonight. I'm going to get Jimmy John's. I know that's a horrible plug, and I shouldn't say Jimmy John's. Did I say Jimmy John's? I said Jimmy John's four. That's 4 times. 5. Jimmy John's. I'm getting sandwiches, but because I don't feel like cooking. But anywho, if you guys have anything to complain about, obviously you know where to find me, or you don't, since I've not gone viral yet, and that's terrible. My son says you gotta do other things to go viral. I don't have any other talents besides complaining, so I'll just have to keep working on that. I'll keep working on that. Okay. Anyway, I'm out of here. Jerry Francis, I'm gone. I gotta think of a catchphrase. You know, my son's right next to me. What's a good catchphrase? What's a good catchphrase to sign off? That's a good catchphrase.
That's a good question.
That's a good catchphrase. Hey, come on, camera. Let's say hi. You met my boy on video. That's Jerry. He's the smart one in the house. He's the real smart one. What's a good catchphrase?
I'm not sure.
It's good. A goodbye. A good sign off. Like, until the next time.
There's no try.
No, he's a Star Wars addict, and I'm sorry, Disney, don't sue. He just likes that stuff. I'll just say, until you're back, I'll stay black. How about that? No, that wouldn't work. That probably puts people off with it.
A stuffed wallet means nothing if you have a poor heart.
Yes. Until the next time, a stuffed wallet means nothing. What the hell did you say?
If you have a poor heart.
If you have a poor heart, that's a great one. That's the catchphrase. A stuffed wallet means nothing if you have a poor heart. Until the next time. See, that was awful.